Brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your goal in Ramadan is to achieve the level of ihsan. Last episode, we talked about how to achieve the level of ihsan in your relationship with the people. We said that you cannot be upset, you cannot be angry. You're supposed to control your anger. You're supposed to be well-mannered. إذا كان يوم صوم أحدكم فلا يصخب ولا يجهل وإن سابه أحد أو قاتله فليقل إني امرؤ صائم. If it is a day of fasting, don't act ignorantly. Don't try to respond to someone who acts ignorantly with you. Rather, tell him, I'm fasting. Again, to achieve the level of ihsan in this month, in the area of your dealing with people, you're supposed to abandon falsehood. The Prophet ﷺ said, and the hadith في صحيح البخاري من حديث أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه: من لم يدع قول الزور والعمل به فليس لله حاجة في أن يدع طعامه وشرابه. Whoever does not abandon, leave speaking falsely, acting falsely, he rather go and eat and drink. Brothers and sisters in Islam, you're supposed to be well-mannered in Ramadan with the people. This way, you will become a muhsin. The second area is the area of acts of worship. You cannot just stay at what you're supposed to do only. You must do only. You must increase in Ramadan. In the salah, keep up with the nawafil. Don't you dare leave salat al-tarawih. In the area of the zakah, give the zakah and give more sadaqah. Be more generous in this month. What about feeding people? You know that the Prophet ﷺ said, if you feed someone who is fasting, you will earn the reward of that fasting person, and he will also keep his reward of fasting. Brothers and sisters in Islam, if you're able to perform Umrah in this month, the Prophet ﷺ said, a Umrah in this month is like a Hajjah with the Prophet ﷺ. And the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari من hadith Abdullah ibn Abbas رضي الله عنهما. And we came to the area of your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why, by the way, they called Ramadan the factory of taqwa. Your consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala must increase in this month. And we covered the statement of Hatim al-Asam, rahimahullah. And he is one of the predecessors. He said, أرقب نفسك عند ثلاث. Be mindful of yourself in three cases. If you do something, remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking at you. Here you're fasting. Look, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking at you, will you be doing something that is haram? And will you be doing something that is not good in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If you are mindful of this, rest assured that insha'Allah you will always do things that are good and pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you're conscious that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching you all the time. And we shared with you the story of Abdullah ibn Umar. Once he asked the shepherd to sell him a sheep or a goat and tell his owner that the wolf ate it. The shepherd told him, where is Allah? Also, we shared with you the story of the daughter of the mother whom Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu choosing her to be a wife to his son Asim. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the second area that Hatim al-Asam mentioned is once you speak, remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears you. There is a beautiful story that explains a beautiful verse at the beginning of Surah Al-Mujadalah or Al-Mujadilah. And the hadith, Imam al-Bukhari compiled it, a hanging chain of narration called Mu'allaq, but Imam Ahmad rahimahullah also connected that chain of narration.